As in every isekai, we have this, guy Yusuke that just is a normal dude. He lives his normal life, plays some games, goes to school. But one day he sees those girls, Yu and Kusue, and I don't know, maybe he loves them. Just look how he looks at them. And boom, they are transferred to another world, which is kind of a game, and they meet this master of the game guy. And Yusuke sits as his pants, because master doesn't have half of his head. After Yu kicks his ass, he's shocked because he doesn't feel any pain at all. And they need to complete those quests in order to get back home, and there are different stages. So if they complete this stage, they get another person that comes to their team. And after they get 10 of those people, they can complete the final part and get out of there. Oh, I also forget to mention that everybody gets their roles. So Yu is a magician, Kusuke is a swordman, and guess who is Yusuke? Yusuke gets the 0.1% chance of being a farmer. Well, not that bad, but they are super depressed. Also, those girls know about this world and already were there for a couple of times. Yusuke requests his weapon, and just look how freaking small it is. Yusuke attacks the goblins, but Goblin cracks his weapon like that. His magic is like a blower, and Kusue doesn't even know how to use a sword. Yusuke tries to use her sword, but it doesn't work like that. He's a farmer. Yo, I love this effect, but he uses his other weapon and it also cracks. After he dies. Not literally. They don't completely die. Well, if they all die, like 3 of them, they will die completely. But if 1 or 2 of them die, it's alright. So Yu and Yusuke decide to team up and kill the goblin, but Yusuke dies. So they're just chilling after Yusuke gets to kill some goblins. But the big goblin appears and kills, well, eats the Yu and also kills Kusue. So he takes Kusue and runs to the village, leaving Yu alone. The village, everyone says they are heroes and appreciate them, but they weren't even able to kill this big guy. Well, that's funny, because they get the quest of killing this troll, well, not goblin. And Yusuke says, hey Kusue, just live here, I'm going to fucking kill all the monsters, level up, and I don't want all of us die, so I'm gonna go alone. And she's like, bro, what the f— But either way, he lets him go, and bro, he fucking kills a ton of goblins with a freaking wooden stick. He got at knight's level, but for some reason Kusue dies in the city, and it's all on fire. He runs back in village, and Kusue isn't reviving, meaning she's probably being eaten by troll. Walking around the village, he found an entry point. She sees how Kusue tells that she's ill in the real world and she can't pick up heavy things. And also he sees how Troll attacks the village. And not only that, but it's Kusue alive as well. And not only her, he tries to kill Yusuke as well, but rather he just put him in a flight to Cosmos. But obviously he's not going to die, he just falls in the river like a feather, but this troll follows him. They're just running for like 30 seconds of the anime, and after he just realized that, oh, I'm 9th level, and I can level up to 10th and then get a new profession. So he kills this troll, and the master shows up, so he rolls up a new profession, and now he is a cooker. Well, at least he has a sword. And now he sees all the parts of this monster. So he casts his belly and gets Kusue and Yu back. But they try to attack it for a really long time until they figure out a plan, where Yusuke attacks him inside and Yu puts the wind magic into his body. They've completed the quest, so master appears. After completing stages, they have to ask questions to the master. So Yusuke asks what will happen when they complete all 10 stages of the quest. He says, you can see yourself what will happen in your world. As we can see, they fighted with some monsters, and here they are, staying out there, and a big ass monster appears somewhere in the skies. So that's it, they return to the normal thing. At the same time they teleported, and now Yu has to go to training, so they go on their ways. So he's just chilling when he gets a call from master. He says to pick up a girl in the school toilet. Well, he does it. He comes there, and he sees how girls are making fun of this other girl, making videos with her. Well, it's kind of news, so he decides to crack all the phones, which is kind of dumb, but I wouldn't do that, but either way, he did it. And then they go together, and she runs away. Then he just plays some BS game, and just gets transferred to the world. And they meet this girl Yuka. After Master appears, and she gets scared, obviously. Then she gets role of Fire Wizard. and says that Yusuke is a pedophile and were in girls' toilet. Also, he cracked all the phones of her friends. But after, no one gives a fuck because they get attacked by this big Skelpendra that shoots with wood lice that actually kill instantly. Yuka thinks, oh, I'm a superhero from this TV show, and he tries to use some magic, but she just worms her wand and gets killed. Therefore, our chef just kills all the wood lice. And then he jumps on the Skelpendra and cuts off all the legs. And after he takes Kuzuya's hands and helps her kill the Skelpendra. It turns out their village is destroyed. But one guy comes to them and says that if they want to get the city where they need to get, because the masters say they need to get there, they will need to ride for 30 days on horses to get there, or just 3 months on their own legs. Well, it kind of sucks. But he at least says that they have to go to nearby city to maybe get some horses, because there is a tournament where if you win, you can get a horse. So on the way there, they decide to level up a little bit and kill a couple of trolls, a couple of guys, and they are attacked by robbers, which they cannot kill because if they hit them, they get -1 level, so it kind of sucks. They are trying to run, but they catch you. Yusuke says that Master said that we have only 35 days and we don't have time to waste and save you, but girls doesn't agree and go for you themselves. But obviously they are planters and works. Yusuke sees that they get caught and just levels up killing goblins, and he gets a new role of creature caster. He gets to the city and fights there with this girl, but he dies in like 5 seconds. And after reviving, he asks if she can help him with horses. So she says, if you want to get a horse, you need to kill a troll or something else. And he says, oh, and what if I get rid of those robbers there? And they go to this guy that helps them build a team to fight with those robbers. And Yusuke tries to learn skills of fighting, but really, he sucks at it. So they attack the robbers, and those guys decide, oh fuck, no, we're not gonna handle this thing. So they relieve the berserk, which she kind of struggles to kill, but with this new skill Yusuke has, he tries to make something, but he dies. After she finally gets rid of his head, and they save the girls. And Kahabel says that, oh, I really appreciate your help, well, I'm gonna give you horses and we're going to go with you guys. On the way there, they see guys that get attacked by these monsters. Sue and Yusuke head over there to help them. They kill one of them, but it is kind of tough for them. And wow, even Kusue kills one of them. And as usual, Kahabel gets rid of the head of the last one. And guess where those guys are going? They're going to Radador, the same city our guys are going to. The reason is that those guys are actually praying to the wrong god, Arturaso. And they have to kill them in this city because there is the most amount of prayers to Arturaso. So they want to show them what will happen if they all continue to pray to Arturaso. So it's probably a canon event and they have to decide if they need to save them or not. But they cannot really decide it and they go with them. So they ask this guy like, what's up with you? And he says that there are a couple of religions. The one that prays to the god, the one that prays to the king, and the one that prays to both of them. But King just wants to unite the whole continent, so he wants to get rid of the religions and stuff. And Yuka a little bit doesn't agree with everything, but it seems like everything went well. After they get to know that they have to go through those mountains in like 5 days, then it's gonna take a week to get to the city. Those guys say that they have a shortcut. They get to this place and this motherfucker locks them up in there and says bye bye motherfuckers. So either way they decide to go through that because it's quicker, and after they complete it and get to the city they can kill these guys. The first challenge is quite easy. They need to stop these hammers and Yusuke does it super easily. And they go through that. The second one, Yusuke gets hit and falls in the trap, and he can't get out of her because it's like 8 floors high, so they have to leave him alone. Then the way there they meet the gargoyle, which I don't know why they name it gargoyle. It doesn't look like gargoyle, but okay, gargoyle. And the cool things about those is that if you get out the blood of it, it can stay for thousands of years until you pour it in back, and then it becomes alive again. So that's what happens. And after some time, Yusuke finally gets out of there and finds this entry point. Well, it's just a little bit of sadness because Kahabel's friend dies. And everyone cries, and it's like a sad point, which, bro, I don't know whether to put it, just another filler. You know, they were talking with Kahabel and stuff, and then Kahabel dies. It is so sad, bro. Like, I couldn't think it could happen. Well, it's sad, but Io gets 10th level, and so the time stops. When this guy was going to attack her, and she gets a role of swordsman. Really struggling, Io finally kills the monster in the heart. Yusuke comes and gets a little bit of swimming lessons and saves Abel from dying by using the blood of this demon and healing her all the time, but after he just falls asleep and that's it. When Kabel gets to know it, she kisses her and every other girl is like, alright. Yusuke wakes up and thinks like, in the first class, we had to kill the goblin, and it's like any kind of goblin. It could be, I don't know, African goblin, it could be the other kind of goblins that there are. In the second one, they needed to find any 2 villages. And right now they have a quest to deliver this package to the city. But it's not mentioned like which package, so they're thinking like, it could be those people, so we shouldn't leave them, but it could be any other package as well. So before they get trapped, those guys actually send some kind of message to their country. It could be that they are going to trap our guys, and if they get the revenge and kill those guys, it might start the war. They want to prevent it. Therefore, they need to make them think that their country isn't making any problems to them. And Yusuke has some kind of genius idea. They found those guys, and they came to them saying that all of other guys died and only 2 of them survived. Now they believe at the same gods as those guys that they are going to kill, and they want them to let them go, or they will make all the people in this cult immortal. So they say that you have some time to think, and they go away. Yuka comes and says that I weren't really friends with this guy, and you can just come with me and kill him because he is sleeping right now. Well, not kill him, but catch him. Obviously, they don't believe her completely, so only 2 of them go with her. And on the way there, they understand that there's nothing there. So they return to the camp where Yusuke says that, well, I didn't really stand on their side and he just killed all of them. And I just wanted to give a revenge because he killed all my fucking friends. And one of them is still alive, so he kicks him and then afterwards he lets him go on fire. Not only the person but also their horse, and Yuka runs away from them, sits on the horse and they just ride away. Obviously they follow them. But we get to know that all those dead bodies were just mannequins, and only one person that was alive is just one of the warriors. And the warriors can't keep up with them, so they just save those people and just chill a little bit. They send the message with everything that happened, and Kabel kills one of them, and then duels with the second one, but he has no chance. And heroes have to be neutral to every country, but they are not in our case, so they are researching how to kill the hero. So Yusuke and Yuka had only 3 ways to end this challenge. The first one was to deliver the believers to the charge, the second one was to sell the weapons from those warriors, and the third one was to deliver heads of those warriors and tell them about their plans, which actually worked. And then they only have the second part of this challenge to complete, which is to get to some places on the map. Our heroes went into the mountains because they have a quest over that to get into the top of the mountain. And Kahabel is quite sad, but she says that it was just one-time mistake and she can't, think about it because she has to fight. She's a swordman, a warrior. So our guys get into the mountains and most of them are fucking dying. Like, look at this girl, she's fucking frozen. The other one is just shaking over there. Only Yukuse is a little alive. She killed this monster and left kids without a parents. It's super sad. But somehow he just falls down and thinking like, oh fuck, if I die, it's gonna be a game over. And he actually dies. Yeah guys, so it was a nice anime. Thank you all for watching. Bye bye. Please turn on the like and subscribe. Well, everything is not that easy. Reem, as you know, is fire magician, so she's still alive. And Yusuke is alive too, as you can understand. He's in this secret tunnel over there, so he tries to go in one side, and there are a lot of rocks there. Tries to go in another side, but there are a lot of rocks too. Then he finds this strange tunnel made by this big worm, which seems quite cute at first and really helps him, but then he turns around and it's Yusuke. And Kusu is dead. Oh, he is still alive, but she finds this village and wants to warm up there. But she runs a little too fast and falls down in this lake. And Yuka sees that she is the only one alive, so she wants to give up. She probably ate some strange mushrooms before and sees these wings, fairies. It motivates her and she stands on her legs and then uses this fire spell to warm up a little bit, but it doesn't last too long. So this girl actually helps her. Bro, why does she reminds me of Avatar? It's actually some cool magician and delivers her in the last seconds as in every anime. Nevertheless, they all teleport to Master and Yuka asks if this world is actually virtual or if it's real. Well, it is actually a parallel world. If you do a decision, there is another world where you made the different decision. Well, imagine if a decision were made like 1 million or 4 million years ago, then the world is completely different. So, it's the same planet, just in the different parallel world. And you can say that virtual here are only our guys, and all the creatures and people are completely real. Just look what a crazy look Yusuke has, because he burned that man alive. He definitely needs some medical help after this, bro. And Yusuke looks super depressed because he didn't want a doctor, obviously. Message from Master. How do you feel after you've killed a person? He's like, bro, what the fuck? Guess who's this girl? It's a Master. Hey bro, so how do you feel? So he says like, I wouldn't do that and stuff of that kind, but obviously you would, bro. He says, let's go meet the new player. And gives him a hat. So they came in Chinese restaurant and this guy was recently a drug dealer. And she says, in 20 seconds a new player will come in the restaurant and kill him. Because someone said he's not going to be caught by police. Player's name is Kitatori and he's 19 years old. He has a brother Suji, which is the same age as our guy, 14 years old. She counts 3, 2, 1 and they come in. He stops them from killing him, then kicks this guy, throws the shit, and kicks this another guy. He names his brother name, so it's him, and he takes off his mask and stops him from killing him again. And their boss comes in, tries to kill him, the Master gives him these gloves, and he stops time and kicks his ass. After police comes in, and he says take brother and run away. Boss tries to kill him, but he stops him, kicks his face and runs away. And Yusuke now knows what to do, because if he let police arrest brothers, he would have smaller chances of completing the next quest. And I mean, Yuka completed the last quest, meaning that if he didn't save her from those photos, they wouldn't complete the quest. He created a world where Kaito wants to get back. Imagine, you're arrested. Do you want to return back to your world when you're arrested? So he wouldn't complete the quest. And Master says, wouldn't you say something about value of life? It doesn't have any value. Everyone who can be fooled and kill someone deserves death. Everyone has to die, starting from least important. Blonde guy wouldn't be important if he weren't a player. Man, I said that this guy needs some medical help. Well, if you want to see the second part of this Psychopath, just check out the second part I made for the second season.